Hello, everybody.
Oh, hello.
So, um, everybody who is in the chat, much appreciated that you're here. I'm gonna say hi to you all real quick because I've been going. I'm so excited for this that if I don't slow myself down purposefully and say hi to y'all, I'm gonna forget. But Legioness, what's going on? Charlie, how's it going? Robert, it's good to see you. And Sultan Fahim, it's always a pleasure. So good to see everybody. Chrysanth, what's going on? Dan Blackroyd. Blabs hasn't even read the books.
No, I haven't. What are these books? They're only they stole info from the movies, okay?
Exactly. Subhuman, what's going on? Rocky the Black Dragon. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. And a special thanks to my beautiful co-host for the evening who agreed to do this with me. And that is the lovely blabbering collector. I almost said Blab C, and then I was like, no, I should say your full name. So I'm gonna call her Blabs throughout the night. But blabbering collector, how you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm pumped to do this. I love talking about Harry Potter.
Oh, good.
It makes me happy.
I'm excited too. I am ready. Yeah.
Oh, she sings.
I
cool.
do. I break into song at random, actually. It's a problem. But it's a good problem, I think. I don't. So. If it sounds terrible, by all means, just let me know and I'll stop.
No, we're good.
Because I will at random break into song. But I think we're gonna start. We're gonna start with what first let's oh, David, what's going on? Are we talking about how much Tolkien changed from the original Rings of Power?
Yeah, that's totally it.
Yes, absolutely.
I love his name, the Gay Republican.
Oh, David is, y'all, if you don't know David, he is fantastic. He is part of the Gays Against Groomers coalition as well.
That's awesome.
He's fabulous. Go check him out. He has a channel. He games. He talks about stuff. He's hilarious and he's sweet. So you can't ask for much more.
That's cool. I follow that on Twitter.
So
some good stuff.
Yeah. For sure. He is on Twitter, so that's good. Miss Martin Muses, hello, baby. My baby. Whoa. No.
Wow.
No. Hello, sweetheart.
Hey, brown chicken, brown cow.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I was like talking to my husband right before we started this, and so I'm still in like his pet name head space right now. So I've gone to the crazy place. But hello, Miss Martin, and you donated a $50 super sticker.
Woohoo!
You are Madam, you are the rocket ship. You are going to be blasting. You're probably going to hit like 100K by the end of the year. You do good stuff. Guys, another fantastic channel, Miss Martin Muses. She is wonderful. Absolutely fantastic. She is sweet and supportive, and I love her so much. She's such a positive role model, and I truly am honored to call her a friend. So definitely go check out her channel. She's good people.
She says right after talking about gays.
I know. Right? I'm so sorry. I am never gonna live that down. And Lethal, hi Lethal for 2 Australian.
Shit. I'm supposed to tell you. He says hello. Damn it! I did it though.
Hi. Thank you, Blabs. I appreciate it. Hey Lethal, what's going on? And then David with $10 sending you love. Well, thank you. Sending it right back. Oh my goodness. Okay. 806. I'm telling you, you're gonna hit 100K by the end of the year. It's gonna happen. All right. So thank you all for the support. Thank you for being here. So I can't think of a better place to start a Harry Potter stream than to talk about which house you are. So Blabs, you have taken Hogwarts house quizzes.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes. So you know
Yeah, like, okay, so the fun fact is that Wizarding World, the website was originally called Pottermore when it launched in like 2012 or something like that, 2013. I can't remember, over a decade ago at this point. And so I actually got in when it was in beta. So it was only 1 million people around the world were able to get in, and I was one of them. And they
Dang.
sorted me into Gryffindor. And then a couple of years later, somehow when it like changed into the Wizarding World, it reset my profile on me, and so I had to get tested again, and it was Gryffindor again, and so I'm never, ever, ever, ever doing it ever again. I'm just a Gryffindor for life, I guess.
Just a Gryffindor for life.
Yeah.
Like, were you purposefully trying to get something
No,
else?
I honestly, listen, I loved the Gryffindor house, but I wasn't really expecting it, to be honest. So I was like, yeah, I'm with the cool kids.
Like, ha! I got it. I got it.
You're right. Like everyone in my family took it, like my sister and my parents, and we were all in different houses, ironically. Like each one was a different house. So all 4 in the house.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which was ironic, but yeah. And they even at one point had the Ilvermorny testing, which was Ilvermorny is the American school, but they took that away. They took so they had it like right before the 2016 Fantastic Beasts movie came out, and then they removed the testing. But like I was something similar to a Gryffindor, but then when they lost my profile, I did it again, and I think I was like a Wampus. I was a Wampus and a Thunderbird, and I have absolutely no idea which order it was, and I don't know anything about that. I'm lost. Okay. J.K. Rowling confuses me with that house.
Well, it's interesting. It's really interesting because I know a lot of people will purposefully try to answer like quizzes a specific way to get a specific answer. And so the fact that you just you did it and you just kept coming up Griffin just keeps
but
coming
like
up
I was
Gryffindor.
in high school when this happened. I don't know. No, actually, it was like I was either like a freshman, like 9th grade, or like 10th grade, or even like at the end of 8th grade. I really can't remember. But I was like between the ages of 13 and 15, so I wasn't really thinking in that way. I was a dumb kid. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna pick. I'll pick this one. I just hope for the best.
Did you have some trepidation? Like, I don't want to be like, was there a house you didn't want?
At the time, if you're a Hufflepuff, you're basically a schmuck, really. So I didn't really want to do that because, like, did you ever watch the A Very Potter musical?
Yes.
Okay,
yes, I did.
You know the whole thing with Hufflepuffs are particularly good finders. Like that kills me. That entire musical I die laughing every time. The whole thing with Bellatrix, it kills me. But yeah, Hufflepuffs are particularly good finders and really dumb. So at the time, I was like, I don't want to be a Hufflepuff, and like Slytherins were mean, but I didn't really mind Slytherin. So, but now it's okay to be Hufflepuff.
Yeah, I remember like a lot of kids wanted to be like they were like, I want to be a Slytherin, I want to be the bad house, I want to be, I want to be the villain, and I'm like, do you need help? Like, I think you should go figure out why you want to be a villain in real. Like they were like, if I could get away with it, like if I could have an invisibility cloak and get away with it, I would do all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm concerned for you. I'm definitely concerned.
It's literally a magical world that you can live in, and that's what you want to do with your free time,
right?
Like, bruh.
Right?
You go talk to ghosts and like magical creatures and fight dark arts. Like, oh my god, I wouldn't sleep.
I'm right. It's just like I'm trying to think if you were raised by Muggles like Hermione and Harry were, and you had no idea this world existed, and then you just get thrown into it. I would probably never sleep either, because there would just be so much I love Hermione's character because she was so in love with the world that she had become a part of. And she just wanted to, she already felt behind. So she's just like reading everything she possibly can so that she can learn about this entire world that she had no idea existed just on the other side of like these invisible passageways and these brick walls. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, no, she definitely like read everything. She just absorbed it all, and I don't blame her, to be honest. I probably wouldn't be as snobby as she was, but I don't blame her.
Some snobbery was definitely.
Did she just cut out?
It was my favorite quote for the longest time. Oh, did I cut out?
Yeah, you're like, Sorry. She definitely knows there's a beep, and I was like, oh
no. She definitely had her snobby moments. I do apologize. They were working on the internet earlier today, and hopefully that will not happen again, but it might. I have cutout issues for some reason. I don't know why. But they do happen. They do happen.
Internet,
But
it's a love-hate relationship.
it really is a love-hate relationship. So before we get into like, books versus movie, favorite book, favorite movie, are they the same or are they not, and why or why not? And we'll get into all that, but there's something that I have to do to be able to continue the conversation, and that is you all are going to watch me literally you're going to watch me take a house quiz right now for the first time. So hold on. Okay, so create your portrait. So this is the Wizarding World official house sorting quiz. And
it looks so different now.
Well, did it change after Hogwarts Legacy, maybe?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I haven't taken this thing in years, right? It's been ages. Well, you can make a portrait.
That I'm just doing what it tells me to do. But yes, you can make a portrait. Why do I have braces? Oh God, that's such a man chin.
Dang.
There we go.
It's
that
a
one.
Handsome woman.
Right. Why not? We'll do. Should we do gray? What do we want to do? Do we want black eyes? Whoa, those are black. Those are black. Red.
Like Severus Snape eyes right there.
Right. The blue ones are pretty. I don't know. There we go. Luna Lovegood.
Oh my God, they even give you an eye patch. You can be like a pirate.
Rawr. Moody. Right? Mad Eye Moody? Yeah.
Yeah, but he's got the magical eye. Well,
I don't think I have that option.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I got a lot of angry eyes, though.
This is kind of scary looking.
Right? Oh, God.
Stuff. Oh, but really, I don't think you can make her friendly. It's like that smile is like a vampire. She's gonna,
it is a vampire smile. That's a very large nose. That's a very large. These noses are very big. This is great.
Oh my God.
It looks like a piggy.
Oh, you can call her Miss Piggy.
There you go. What shall we do today? Yeah. Oh, thank God I can change it. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that smile, but I didn't like it. That's much better.
Yeah, now she just looks happy.
Oh, okay. Well, we are happy. We're happy to be here, right?
Yeah.
Red. Oh, I like
that. It's a Weasley.
Yes. Hermione. Blonde. Let's see. Do we have a Fleur? There we go. Fleur.
You mean Fleur?
Is that how you say it? I say Fleur.
Yeah, her name's Fleur.
I say Fleur. Fleur. Isn't that what I'm saying?
No, you were saying Fleur. Whatever that is.
Fleur. Isn't that? I thought I was saying Fleur.
It's French. Fleur.
That's what I said. Fleur.
That's not what you said.
Okay. And I don't know.
I really like Fleur or something. I don't even know what you were doing.
I don't know.
I think you added vowels into it.
Hey, you know what? Why not?
It's Floor.
Floor. That is a collection of caterpillar eyebrows. Yes. Okay. Oh,
this is adorable. You can like make everything.
Right? I like it. Oh, here we go. I can hold a wand. Like that. Oh, cool. Oh, I get a broomstick. Snowball. Oh, or you can hold like
your trunk.
Your trunk.
This broom.
What did I just walk into? I said Fleur. I said Fleur.
We're gonna need that clipped one day.
I think I added a W or something. And didn't mean to.
I told you, you added some vowels.
Fleur. Dude, I don't know, all right? It's like it's been It's been a day, okay? It has been a day. I think
Leave
I want the Fleur. Fleur. I think I said Fleur.
All-purpose
and
flour.
Yes, I love it. Let's go. All-purpose flour. All right. Oh my gosh, do I get a Oh! What's gonna happen now?
That's cute. I like the animations. They're sweet.
They are sweet. I think we're gonna go. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, we got to do the Mirror of Erised, I think. Oh, that's pretty. Mistletoe. Oh, you can choose banners. Okay.
Oh, I like the snitch. Ooh. Mirror of Erised. That's cool.
Yeah, I think I like it. Oh my gosh, there's so much. There's so much. Hold on.
She's being overwhelmed with options.
Like, this is amazing. Oh, I like that. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's cute. I like that. That's nice.
That one's nice. Hogsmeade, right?
Yeah, that's sweet.
Oh, the Great Hall. This is, I think I like this one. Yes.
Basic player is like 5 hours later.
5 hours later. Listen, okay? I didn't know. Oh, wait. Yes. Save and exit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Save and exit. I don't even think I clicked on all the options, but there was just so many.
Oh, you can edit it anytime you want, though. I know that.
Okay. No, I don't want to share my portrait because we have to move. All right. So, you get to choose your house, your Patronus, and your wand.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, guys, let's do this. All right. House unknown. My name is Lady. Oh God, river or forest?
You must choose.
Well, there's rivers in the forest. Yeah. Okay. Choose a category. We're gonna do owls. Oh my God. Okay. Barn owl, tawny owl, snowy owl.
Jesus, Disbrew.
What is Disbrew saying? I
still think showing someone your Patronus sounds like a criminal offense.
Oh my God. Disbrew.
Because Disbrew doesn't know anything about Harry Potter, and he's like, what? It's gonna be interesting watching Disbrew watch like the Harry Potter show in a couple years.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be insane.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think I'm gonna do the snowy owl.
See, none of this stuff was there when I took my test.
I'm sorry. Take your test again. Oh God, after you've died, what would you most like people to do when they hear your name? Ask for more stories about your adventures. That's cool. Miss you but smile. Think with admiration of your achievements. I don't care what people think of me after I'm dead. It's what they think of me while I'm alive that counts. Oh my. Okay, we're getting testy.
True.
It is true. We're getting
some deep stuff.
Ask for more stories about my adventures. Do I click on? Oh, okay, select. Late at night, walking alone down the street, you hear a peculiar cry that you believe to have a magical source. Do you draw your wand and stand your ground? Withdraw into the shadows to await developments while mentally reviewing the most appropriate defensive and offensive spells should trouble occur. Draw your wand and try to discover the source of the noise. Proceed with caution, keeping one hand on your concealed wand and an eye out for any disturbance. I'm going to go on the offense and just draw my wand and stand my ground.
Just start blasting.
Just exactly. Just damage. I'll expecto patronum the bejesus out of everything. And then what if it's not Dementors? Be like, well, I don't know.
Ooh, shiny.
Hey, Ricta Shempra, maybe, I guess. I'm not sure. Why isn't Run Like Hell an option? Listen. Why can't you run away? Because you have a wand. Why would you run away?
Yeah. You have a wand. Use it.
Oh my goodness. All right. Draw wand, stand your ground. Let's do this. Okay. You enter an enchanted garden. What would you be most curious to examine first? The fat red toadstools that appear to be talking to each other. Are we sure that I'm not on some kind of mushroom? Like, the mushrooms are talking to each other. Just saying. I'm just kidding. Kidding. Bubbling pool in the depths of which something luminous is swirling. Okay, so far that one's winning. Ooh, silver-leafed tree bearing golden apples. You know, the last time humans ate off of a tree, it didn't go very well.
Shit happened.
I'm just saying. The statue of an old wizard with a strangely twinkling eye. Yeah, I think we're gonna, like, you know, get attacked by mermaid or something. Let's go look at the bubbling pool with something swirling in there luminously. What are you most looking forward to learning at Hogwarts? Ooh. All about magical creatures and how to befriend or care for them. Flying on a broomstick. Apparition and disapparition, being able to materialize and dematerialize at will. Secrets about the castle. Transfiguration, which is turning one object into another. Hexes and jinxes. Every area of magic I can.
That one.
That one. Which of the following do you find most difficult to deal with? Loneliness, boredom, hunger, being ignored, cold. Yeah, I get hangry. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I was gonna say either hunger or being ignored.
Really? Mine would be I think hunger, or I guess it depends what kind. Like, am I wet? Like, are my feet wet and I'm cold? Because there's like different kinds of cold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of cold are we talking? Because, like, I'm from North Dakota, so I can handle cold as long as my fingers are dry. If my feet and fingers are dry, I can pretty much handle anything in the cold. But if my feet are wet and I'm out in the cold, everybody's about to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, hunger. White or black? White or black? White or black?
Are they asking us to be racist?
I guess. I don't know. Let's go this way. Let's go white. Oh God. Okay, it's ready to make its decision. I swear to God, you just bashed on Hufflepuffs, I'm gonna laugh my rear off if I'm a Hufflepuff.
Oh no.
But like,
it's cool to be a Hufflepuff now. Due to Fantastic Beasts, and then J.K. Rowling be like, by the way, I'm a Hufflepuff too.
Right? Okay. Let's see. In the chat, let's say 1 for Gryffindor, or I guess you can just put the houses. So just put, do you think I'm going to be a Slytherin, a Ravenclaw, a Hufflepuff, or a Gryffindor? Which one?
Like, you're a Muggle.
A Muggle. Hey, you know what? I did choose hunger, so maybe I will be a Muggle. You got Ravenclaw, Disbrew?
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Robert Haby thinks I'm gonna get Ravenclaw. I guess we're gonna find out.
Oh, you got called a squib.
I'm not a squib.
That's sad.
Squib. Okay, so squib. So I've got 2 Ravenclaws, 1 Slytherin. Nothing wrong with Hufflepuffs. It's them Slytherins you gotta watch out for. You're a Ravenclaw, Faye? Oh, lots of Ravenclaws. 23. Okay.
Oh, even Muzza's here. Hi, Muzza. I just saw him in the chat before.
Muzza, you dog. Gryffindor or Ravenclaw. Team Slytherin. Okay, David.
Slytherin. You ran, bro.
Right, Slytherin. Of course you're a Slytherin, David. Of course you are. Of course you are. You got Ravenclaw. Okay.
Oh, thanks for smart muses. Mod.
Yes, please sub to Miss Blabbering.
I actually just posted a video for the very first time this morning.
Go check it out.
It's a short. It's literally a short of my Dobby doll.
I love it. Let's do it. It's fantastic. I love to hear it. Okay, and I have officially been sorted into.
Oh my God! Watch it get Hufflepuff.
Ravenclaw.
Yay! Okay, that doesn't surprise me. That makes sense.
You probably know some Ravenclaw's most renowned members, including Gilderoy Lockhart. Oh gosh, and Luna Lovegood. But did you know Ravenclaw's Grey Lady is the least talkative Hogwarts house ghost, or that Ravenclaw's common room boasts the most stunning views of the castle grounds? Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the Sorting Hat has spoken, and you're not alone. Fellow Ravenclaws have been sorted into this wise Hogwarts house today. So I have 6,872 fellow Ravenclaws.
And that's just today.
Yeah, so Flitwick, Professor Flitwick. Oh, goody. Congratulations, I'm Prefect Robert Hillard. They go all out for this.
Yeah, so J.K. Rowling did that little bit like way back in the day with Pottermore, and they just kept it in.
I'm very cool. Or yet in wise old Ravenclaw, if you've a ready mind, where those of wit and learning will always find their kind. Very cool. Yeah, from the Philosopher's Stone. All right. Okay. Well, I guess nothing for it. Let's find out.
Okay, I love the Patronus test. I think it is one of the most beautiful things in the world, and the sounds that it makes, I love it.
Oh, okay. Well, then hold on. Everybody bear with me. I'm just gonna share. I didn't know there was sound, so let me share my screen with sound. All right, here we go. We're gonna go do the Patronus. Okay. I hope I don't get a frog. Oh, it even says better with headphones. Okay. Oh.
Isn't that beautiful?
This is really pretty. The Patronus is a kind of positive force, protection of the very things that Dementor feeds upon: hope, happiness, the desire to survive. Remus Lupin. This is so cool.
Right?
I can see why so many people still like it's so immersive. Okay, you can only discover your Patronus once. The questions are timed. They're timed.
Yep.
Go with your instincts.
She's like, right. I'm not prepared for this.
Okay, yeah, not good for a Ravenclaw. Like, your mind is always supposed to be ready. Okay, here we go. Rivendark says that he got a raven. You're a Ravenclaw and you got a raven. Very well.
Well, I mean, Ravenclaw's actual animal is an eagle, though. Remember that.
Yes. Okay. Damn, Blackroyd, if I get an earthworm, I'm coming for you. Relax, think of your happiest memory. Okay. Okay. As there's wolves in the background. Serve, protect, seek.
It's just so cool.
This is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Smooth, rough. Rough. Prowl, play, preen. Ooh, play. Oh, did I get it already?
Nope.
Oh. So close to Super Patronus, something is taking form. That looked like a bunny. Lost, found. One more question, you're nearly there. Man, this was a quick quiz.
Yeah, it's timed and everything.
Spirit, heart, mind. Oh, Lord. Mind. I don't know. Should have gone with spirit, I think. Oh, well.
Oh, it's just gonna be so cool.
It's gonna be a frog.
Nah.
Click, drag, and release for your Patronus. I got a cat.
Aww,
A tortoise-shell cat. Okay.
Look how beautiful it is, and I love the chime.
Oh,
Very she's not cool. Happy with her kitty cat.
Huh? No, I don't know. Cat? I'm trying to figure out what a tortoise-shell cat is.
It'll tell you.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Your profile, I'll give you a little blurb.
Sweet. I was like, is that it? Okay. It was cantering back towards Harry across the still surface of the water. It wasn't a horse. It wasn't a unicorn either. It was a stag. Oh, okay. They're talking about, yeah. So, what does your Patronus say about you? Oh, okay. So, most popular is dolphin, Tonkinese cat, fox, Saint Bernard, hedgehog. They got a lot. Scroll to the bottom. Unicorn, snowy owl, stag, wood mouse, albatross. Top 20. There we go. Number 14, tortoiseshell cat. Okay. So what does it mean?
Oh, it doesn't tell you? That sucks.
It does not tell me. What?
Maybe you have to
Google it. Okay. Tortoise. Wait, see, how do I spell it now? Wait, why didn't I just copy paste? Why do I make this so hard for myself? Because I chose rough. So obviously I got to make it hard. Okay, hold on. Patronus. Meaning. There we go. Okay.
Google cats, you'll be there all day.
There we go. Right? The coat of which consists of two fur colors, black, brown, and two of the fur colors, black, brown, and orange. Okay. Great.
It doesn't give you anything.
It doesn't give me jack. What is this? It's apparent. It's extinct. It's apparently extinct. Okay.
Nobody had it.
Rude. Okay, hold on. T. Thestral, tiger, tigress.
There it is.
Okay. Wisdom and their casters are said to be wise beyond their years as well. In certain cultures, some think these cats bring good fortune. They are very protective and loyal creatures. They can also be headstrong and get angry quickly if provoked. So Dementors better watch out. Okay. I'm not Googling. I didn't Google cats. See, Disbrew, I knew what I was looking for. We just had to find it. All right, so apparently I'm wise beyond my years and I'm protective and loyal.
See, when I first did it, I had the Nebuling cat, but the thing was, I didn't know, I forgot it was timed, and so I missed a question, and they don't let you repeat it, right? So they just keep going. So technically speaking, I don't consider that as my Patronus because I didn't fully answer the question. And then when the profile reset, I fully answered the question and everything, and I got a fox. Which makes sense because I have a fox terrier as a dog. So I'm just
very good.
I'm just
you got a Sphinx cat, huh, Disbrew?
He's a kitty cat.
How do you know its coloring if it's shiny and blue-white? That is an excellent question. It's also extinct, so I have no idea. It is whatever it. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if it's black and brown, it's a little bit less shiny. I have no idea. That's an excellent question. Excellent question. All right, let's find out our wand, and then we'll go from there. Okay, average. First of all, would you describe yourself as? I am actually tall for a girl. I'm above average height for a girl. I don't think I'm tall, but
Wow, how tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
I would say that's kind of tall.
Yeah, like average height.
Then again, I'm tiny.
Well, average height for women in the U.S. is between 5'3" and 5'6".
Then you're tall.
But oh, I'm gonna give you guys too much information about myself. Which day were you born? Okay. Do you most pride yourself on your determination, imagination, resilience, intelligence, kindness, optimism, originality? Probably this one of late. Been through some stuff lately. I think I'm going to choose this one. Traveling alone down a deserted road, which is stupid and you should never do it, you reach a crossroads. Do you continue left towards the sea, right towards the castle, ahead towards the forest? I'm going to the castle. I mean,
that's where the food
hungry.
is.
They're better, right? That's where the food's at. Like, I could go to the sea and catch my own fish, I suppose, but castle is, I mean, it covers your basic essentials of shelter. So, do you most fear fire, darkness, isolation, heights, or small spaces? Why is spiders not on here? I don't really
darkness. Spiders are dark. They're evil.
Well, I'm not really scared of any of this, but I guess because yeah, you do. You got to be resilient to watch the Daniel Craig Bond films, 100%. You also have to be resilient to survive Willow. So you had picked that one, Disparu. Like, yikes. Yeah, I guess we'll go with darkness. In a chest of magical artifacts, which would you choose? Silver dagger or Nate mirror, glittering jewel, bound scroll, golden key, dusty bottle or a black glove? The key feels redundant because we've opened a chest. So, like...
She's such a Ravenclaw. This is redundant. We've opened the chest already.
Why is there a key in the chest? Are we opening another chest? Is this like Mario, your princess is in another castle kind of thing? Mm-hmm. Or maybe the key opens any door, possibly. Maybe it gets you into like the library of knowledge. Because like the bound scroll could be blank. It could have, an ancient spell on it. It could have ruins. It's a Gotham Knights chest. Not the keys. Not the keys. Yeah, no. Keys, look at this. This is everything I hate on book covers. Freaking mirror, jewel, dagger, key, bottle. Like, gem is guaranteed money. Unless it's cursed and it kills me. Who wants one black glove? Who wants one? Listen, Michael Jackson made one white bedazzled glove work.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we will go with... we're going to go with the key.
What? After the whole thing?
Yeah, just to mess.
I'm going to go with the key.
No, I'm just kidding. I am actually kidding. I kind of want to, I don't know. I'm torn because, like, the dusty bottle might have, like, something really good inside of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think because the Mirror of Eris said...
So I would go with the jewel because I like the shiny.
There you go. See, but all I'm thinking is, like, in the books, like, she touches the necklace, which was glittering jewels, and she gets cursed. The ornate mirror literally had the Philosopher's Stone in it, or the Sorcerer's Stone, depending what side of the pond you're on. Dusty bottle. I am not hoping for rum. I wouldn't say no to it, but I don't know. So you choose the jewel. I think... I'm gonna be super... Yeah, I'm gonna do the scroll.
Do it.
I'm gonna do the scroll.
Ooh.
Walnut wood with a phoenix core, 14.5 inches with rigid flexibility. So, and you get a description of each. Mm-hmm. Highly intelligent witches and wizards ought to be offered a walnut wand for trial first, because in 9 cases out of 10, the two will find in each other their ideal mate. Walnut wands are often found in the hands of magical innovators and inventors. This is a handsome wood possessed of unusual versatility and adaptability. A note of caution, however, while some woods are difficult to dominate and may resist the performance of spells that are foreign to their nature, the walnut wand will, once subjugated, perform any task its owner desires, provided that the user is of sufficient brilliance. This makes for a truly lethal weapon in the hands of a witch or wizard of no conscience, for the wand and the wizard may feed from each other in a particularly unhealthy manner. Well, that's lovely.
Right? I think it's cool.
Phoenix core is the rarest core type. Phoenix feathers are capable of the greatest range of magic, though they may take longer than either unicorn or dragon cores to reveal this. They show the most initiative, sometimes acting of their own accord, a quality that many witches and wizards dislike. Phoenix feather wands are always the pickiest when it comes to potential owners, for the creature from which they are taken is one of the most independent and detached in the world. These wands are the hardest to tame and to personalize, and their allegiance is usually hard won. So I have a walnut wood, which, so this sounds like a very hard wand to control, because it takes a while to subjugate, but once you do, it's loyal, and it's the same thing with the Phoenix core. This is okay. Very well. Very well. Okay, 14.5 inches. The following notes on the wand length and flexibility are taken from Mr. Garrick Ollivander, wand maker. Most wands will be between the range of 9 and 14 inches. Oh, so I'm outside the norm on length. Hey, yo. Where's Lethal? He needs to be in the chat. While I have sold extremely short wands, 8 inches and under, and very long wands over 15 inches. Oh, so not the longest. These are exceptionally rare. In the latter cases, a physical peculiarity demanded the excessive wand length. However, abnormally short wands usually select those in whose character something is lacking, rather than because they are physically undersized. Many small witches and wizards are chosen by longer wands. Oh, okay, cool. It's good to know that my wand doesn't think I'm lacking. Rigid flexibility. Oh, okay. Wand flexibility or rigidity denotes the degree of adaptability and willingness to change possessed by the wand and owner pair. Although, again, this factor ought not to be considered separately from the wand wood, core and length, nor the owner's life experience and style of magic, all of which combine to make the wand in question unique. Cool, I have a loyal wand. That's all I got out of that whole thing.
Yeah, so mine is sycamore wood, dragon core, 12 3/4 length, and unbending flexibility. I'm unbending, bro.
Unbending.
Yeah.
Like, nice. Disper says he got Hazel, Dragon Core 13, unyielding flexibility. Yours is bigger than mine. I don't think that matters.
Disper's like, story of my life.
Yeah, and it's rare. Did you mean rare?
He means rare.
He meant rare. Yeah. At least I'm bigger than Blabs. I don't think. Size doesn't matter. It's how you use the wand, right?
Right.
G is Raven based. Yeah, apparently I was like born to be a Ravenclaw. Okay, so now we know. Now we know what house I belong to. I'm a Ravenclaw.
Are you okay with that?
I love that. It's my favorite house.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say anything, but it's legitimately my favorite house. So I'm pretty pumped, actually.
You know who else is a Ravenclaw who will never let this go?
What?
Lethal.
Lethal! We're Ravenclaws together.
You know his Patronus is a hyena?
Is
that with his laugh?
That is so that's what I was gonna say. That is so on point.
Right?
So on point. Oh, Jen, dude, I called Miss Martin Muse's baby earlier in the stream. You're totally fine. It's totally fine. But yeah, no, I'm not.
Are you content with your profile?
Indeed I am. So that's actually pretty fascinating and a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So that took longer than I expected because I thought it was going to be like answer these 6 questions and you're done. It was you had to get in there. Good Lord. But let's see. So now that we know that, so you're a Gryffindor, I'm a Ravenclaw. We definitely are allies when we need to be. That's the thing about Ravenclaw. Like they won't shun a Slytherin, but they're definitely not going to trust them either.
Well, I mean, I think the Hufflepuffs and Slytherins got along the most.
Yes. I don't Hufflepuffs get along with everybody?
They do. They were also particularly good finders, and we can't let that go.
Yes. So we've got I think so but you said Gryffindor is your favorite house as well, right?
Yeah, so it was fitting. I mean, I always wanted to be, like growing up, Hermione was my favorite character. Funny enough, she's not my favorite of the trio anymore. Now it's Ron. But, yeah, I really wanted to be like part of the Gryffindors. They were so cool, and then they had like, I wanted the line was awesome, and then the EA games are out like way back in the day in 2000, 2001. And I would literally pretend that I was in the video game and just run up and down like my hallway like an idiot and pretend I had like, a cloak on and everything. I'm like, I want to be a Gryffindor yet. That was me. When I was like 6.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's fitting.
Yes, very fitting. Chrysanth, I can't highlight it for some reason, but for a member for 11 months of the fellowship, thank you so much. Says boop. That's it. Just boop. Yes, and we will be doing guys, my members, I will be doing member only streams starting up again very shortly. And I'll be talking with you guys about some stuff, a little bit about what's been happening and why I sort of went on hiatus for a while and all that jazz. So yeah, but it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Most of the chat is Ravenclaw. Hey, we find our people.
Yeah.
Okay? So
and it's true, Disper, that was also last week, but it doesn't matter. In regards to me going around the hallways pretending I mean,
yeah. So why? Where is my letter?
Yeah, dude, I turned 27 last month. I'm like, the letter still, please, thank you.
Yep. Be like, it got lost. It got lost in the mail. Well, and since we're Muggle-borns, it could just be that there are purebloods that are hiding our letters.
Yeah,
they've
stolen our letters.
Hermione should not have been a Ravenclaw, and
she was a hat stall, actually. Did you know that?
What?
Yeah. So she was a hat stall, and also Neville was a hat stall in their year. So Neville would have been either Hufflepuff or Gryffindor, and Hermione would have been Ravenclaw or Gryffindor. And like the Sword and Hat was like literally like, which one do I put you in? Which one do I put you in? And in the end, he put them both in Gryffindor. But yeah, Gryffindor. They were both hat stalls, which is an actual thing. J.K. Rowling talked about it on Pottermore when it was first released like a decade ago.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I knew, so like for a long time I thought Hermione could and should have been a Ravenclaw, but, and someone said it earlier in the chat, Shield Wall of Dragon said it, Ravenclaws don't care about getting along, they do their own thing. Here is the thing. The reason that Hermione isn't a Ravenclaw is from year one. It's from book one, like if you've only seen the movies, it's movie one, but it's from their first year at Hogwarts. When they're walking out, and because she went, that's the right after where she goes, it's Leviosa, not Leviosa, and so she does that, and then they're mocking her right after, and she walks past them and she starts to cry. If Hermione was really a Ravenclaw, she would have just stunned them from the back.
That's true, but there's also two other things in the first book that proves that she's a Gryffindor. So one is that she actually saves Ron and Harry when the troll is she like takes all the blame for the troll, even though it was them who went and like got and rescued her. She's like, oh, it was my fault, I went looking for them, when actually no, the boys accidentally locked her in, but because they came after her and everything. So like she values friendship and loyalty. And at the very end of the first book, she's like, there are much more important things than cleverness. She's like, friendship and bravery and all that. And so that basically defines a Gryffindor right there. Absolutely.
So it's yes, I see where I see where she would, like, where you would justify she should be a Ravenclaw.
Because the know-it-all, always having to be first, a little bit snobby, so clever. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's not her top priority. And that was, like you said, that's what pushed her over into Gryffindor.
Like, not that thing with Harry and Deathly Hallows, she stayed, friendship.
And you guys might be wondering, be like, well, you just did Ravenclaw. It said that they're loyal and they're protectors, and that's what Hermione did. And that is true, but here's the thing. Ravenclaws don't, so when Ravenclaws are loyal, it doesn't always, loyalty is not always a positive thing. Case in point is everybody that's loyal to the Dark Lord. So blind loyalty is not always a good thing. And sometimes when you protect someone, it's probably someone you shouldn't. It's sometimes, I shouldn't say probably, it might turn out that it's someone who like didn't need protecting, or you might mistake someone for being too strong, be like, oh, they don't need my protection. Like, what I'm thinking of is like in Chamber of Secrets, Ginny really needed someone to step up. You know what I mean? And so it's like Ravenclaws really should have had Ginny's back. Like, I will forever be ticked at the Ravenclaws, because if anyone should have picked up that she was in trouble, it should have been her brothers. And then
why the Ravenclaws? Because she's in Gryffindor.
I know she's in Gryffindor, but like the Ravenclaws, at least from when I did my, like, when I was deep diving into Harry Potter lore and still did all the stuff, Ravenclaws are really good at recognizing distress and like pain and stuff, because they're programmed to like protect. A lot of them become I'm going to say it wrong now. Aurors.
Oh god, this is like Fleur all over again. Just
no,
still here
like,
for this.
Listen, no, because like I've heard it both ways. That's why, like, I've heard aurors and I've heard R's. And
this sounds like you're just going "arr, matey."
I'm not. But Shields, well, the magic cops.
We'll call them the magic cops.
But an R. It's R.
Yeah, R. Or
yeah.
I think it depends if you have a British accent or not.
Probably. Ors, like that. That's how I've always said it. But it's like I don't understand why her brothers didn't step up. But yeah, like a lot of Ravenclaw go and become, you know, they police the wizarding world because they're very good at sussing that stuff out. And so I don't know why, because they saw her every day. You know what I mean? Like they're in the Great Hall. It's not like you only have classes with your house.
That was also Percy's fault, because Percy thought she was trying to tell the twins and Ron about his girlfriend.
Yes,
and
that's what I'm saying.
Cover it up. So Percy's just always been a real piece of shit and self-centered.
Really, truly, he has.
It's his fault in a way.
It really is.
Like to tell you, and he's like, no, run along. Bye.
But as her brothers, because the twins and Ron, like those are still her brothers too. They can be like, no, man, like F you, we're gonna go check on our little sister. Yeah, Chrysanthemum, exactly. The youngest sister with that many brothers, they would have been watching and protecting her like hawks and lions. It wouldn't have gotten past them. And the other thing too, Harry's an idiot. Like he noticed the extra book in her cauldron and said nothing. And this is a man who he said he he already knows him. He already has a background of what the Malfoys are all about. Like he should have said something. You know what I mean?
I'm still gonna defend the boys on this. I mean, they were like, so Ron was 12 and the twins were 14. They're not going to be really paying all that much attention to an 11-year-old sister. They're going to think of her as annoying and all that. Because if you remember, when she was learning to fly and all that, she would have to fly on her own because they refused to practice with her. They would not hang out with her. So they never really hung out with her at all when she was younger.
I don't know that that's a defense for them. I think that's actually works against them.
It's still shitty on their parts, but it's understandable that they wouldn't recognize it because, you know, they didn't really hang out with her. She was a little girl. I mean, if you think about it too, like up until that point, they never saw her all the time because they were at school and she was at home.
Well, while that is true, having older males that like, oh, they found me annoying too, but you better believe if I came up and said, "Hey, I have to tell you something," they were all like, "What?" Because
I can't relate. I don't have any brothers.
So, well, I'm sorry. It's good. It's all good. It might be a cultural, like I don't know. Like, I guess I'm not sure. Yeah, Percy barely is in the movies, Dan. He is not at all.
Like he was basically like deleted scenes for Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Yeah, basically. Ravenclaws have empathy. Yes, they do. That's what makes them not Slytherins. Because
Slytherins are cunning.
Yeah,
they don't really have empathy.
Yeah, they definitely don't have sympathy. That is for sure. The twins had the map by now. They probably would have seen her wandering around. That is also true.
That is also a good plot, but also that whole thing with like Scabbers, aka Peter Pettigrew, Ron just falling asleep with a man, you know. Like that's another plot hole I never thought about. What about Ginny just wandering around aimlessly?
Like, why is Ginny in a wall? Like, why? And it's like Ginny's currently in a wall, and now she has disappeared. Like now she's just gone. He saw the Malfoys and Borgin and Burks, but nope, I'm sure that old book is nothing. Yeah, exactly, bass player. Like, I'm like, why would you? What would you do? Like, it's like, oh, they just came out of, you know. Freaking, first of all, I love in the movie how he's like, Diagon Alley. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh God, I would 100% do something like that. Like I would be like, I'd be like, don't screw it up, don't screw it up, don't screw it up, don't screw it up. And then 100% I would screw it up.
Oh yeah. Same.
And then, you've got Nocturne Alley where, you've just seen the Malfoys come out of, and it's like, first of all, I really love this sketch here. I'll show it. Can you guys see it?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I really like this sketch. But it's, there's Borgin and Bert and freaking spiders. But like, this is obviously not a place that good wizards like to go. And even when he sees Hagrid, he's like, I was looking for some flesh-eating slug repellent, But it would be classic, don't think of a pink elephant. Yeah, exactly. But there's a lot of plot holes. There's one I would actually really love to talk with you about, Blabs, here in a second. Ooh. But first, so favorite book, favorite movie, favorite scene.
Oh dear. Oh gosh. Okay. The favorite movie, that one's the easiest for me, is Chamber of Secrets. I think it's just so well done and really like adapted pretty well. I mean, yeah, we do miss the ghost stuff, like the Death Day party and all that, which is so cool. But I just really love Chris Columbus. I think he did the best job with the movies. And then like the John Williams, and even though John Williams did do Prisoner of Azkaban, it still wasn't really the same. I think when they changed the tone of the cinematography and the lighting and everything in the third one, I think that was actually a mistake.
I agree.
By Half-Blood Prince, you cannot see fuck all in the movie. It's so
dark. You can't.
I hated that. I loved the light. I loved how, there was lots of like,
it felt much more magical when Chris Columbus was the director.
Yep. So that's why the second one is my favorite movie. For books, I used to say Order of the Phoenix, but I don't know anymore. I'm currently re-listening to them with Stephen Fry, who did the UK edition.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I love them all. Every time I get to a new book, I'm like, this one's so good. This one's the best one. I'm like, they're all amazing. I love all of them. It's just so hard to pick, best book. Maybe, I guess, the first one, because that's where it started. But I really love them all equally. What I don't like is Harry being a dumbass sometimes, especially in the 5th and 6th one. Harry, don't do that. Like with to Sempra and Draco, and then he lost he couldn't play in the last Quidditch game we'd ever play. I'm like, no, you idiot. So things like that just really pissed me off in Half-Blood Prince. Favorite scene though, I don't know. There's so many good scenes. One that I really like sticks out for me a lot was when Ron left in Deathly Hallows Part 1. Hermione's just kind of silently crying. That's pretty deep.
Oh, yeah.
Like as soon as they apparate and like she lets go of Harry's hand and she just kind of like starts crying and like sits down on a rock. That's sad.
Oh, that is yes, I 100% agree. That's a good one.
I don't know what the best scene is. I don't know.
He did the UK edition. You mean the books as they were written?
Yeah, the original. Well, no, because Stephen Fry narrated, but the slight difference is just some words and all that with just Jim Dale, I believe his name is, for the US ones.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know what the best scene is. I'm trying to think. Maybe it's when he gets his wand, or he goes to Diagon Alley for the first time. Or like when they're in the Great Hall.
What's the hardest scene for you to watch?
The hardest scene? Probably the snake scenes, either in Order of the Phoenix or Deathly Hallows Part 2 with Nagini, where she attacks either Arthur Weasley or Severus Snape. I just can't do. That one's like, that's a lot. Honestly, though, Half-Blood Prince is like the worst movie in my opinion. It pisses me off so much how much they like.
So bad.
Especially, there's no battle or anything at the end.
No. Like it's a terrible adaptation, and I hated that they split the 7th book into 2. I get why they did it, but in reality, I wish I wish
They
they
should have all
hadn't.
started being split by like the fourth one, honestly.
Yeah,
they'd be still filming it.
Well, maybe not. I think they would have just probably
They
finished.
probably would have finished it like 2 years ago.
Yeah, probably 2020, 2021 they would have finished, but I just the aging at the end of the 7th movie looked really unnatural to me. Like how they
Yeah,
tried
they
to age
used
him
a
up.
lot of prosthetics and stuff.
Yeah. I was like, "Yee." It
Well,
was
we'll find out in a couple more years if it was accurate or not, which is crazy.
This
It's
is
already
true.
been
It's been
over
20 years
10 years since the film came out.
20 years since the first movie.
I'm ancient.
So like that's crazy. Because they just had their 20-year anniversary that they did not invite J.K. Rowling to. Like, how do you not do that?
Yeah, crazy stuff.
Like that's insane to me. But the world has gone crazy. No, I think so. My favorite movie, even though Hermione's logic scene got cut out, which I thought was really important, even though that one got cut out, my favorite movie is still The Sorcerer's Stone.
That's where the magic began.
Yeah, well, and it's just first of all, and I know obviously like it can't be helped that he passed away, but the Dumbledore casting
Richard Harris was top
Richard
tier in the first
yes.
two.
Perfection. Chris Columbus's vision and direction and just like the overall feel of the films, cuz here's the thing, the books did not really get dark until towards the end of Order of the Phoenix, because once again Harry's a moron and didn't
I would say
use
Goblet of Fire, actually. I mean, Cedric.
You think so
eaten.
with Cedric eating? I don't know.
Yeah, eat it, bro. And Harry gets stabbed and he's like tortured in front of other people. And
yeah,
he,
but you were still
breaks a leg.
You were still hopeful, and quite frankly, I didn't really like Cedric. But
wow, I mean, she's like, that bitch deserved to die. Fuck
I didn't
him.
say he deserved it, but like I'm just sitting there, and like throughout the whole book, I never, even when I've reread them, I've never really resonated with his character. To me, it felt like, and I don't know if it's because they were both from Hogwarts, and so there was this like inter-rival thing that you just feel like he doesn't hate Harry, but it's like he can't really help him or do anything. You know what I mean? Because they're trying to, obviously compete for the cup, but there's just something about his character as a whole. I feel like he was just he would have been happy to yeet Harry and like grab the cup for himself.
I don't know. He was saying take it and everything.
I know he was, but I really do feel like it was false modesty. Maybe that's just what I'm getting from when I read the book, but I feel like Cedric was insincere and he just didn't.
A Cedric phobe, I guess.
I'm a Cedric phobe. It's just I don't know. I don't really like I said, I just never really connect. Like even when he comes out of Voldemort's wand and is like
take my body back.
Take my body back to my parents. Let them know, like I'm like, dude, like part of maybe that's why I feel like him saying to Harry, take the cup is insincere, because I feel like, God, obviously he's dead, his spirit is coming out of the wand or whatever, but it's like, hey, we're protecting you, so you have to do me this favor or you're a piece of crap, Harry, kind of feel for me.
His
anyway.
Mom was cut out from the movie. All
yes.
you got was my boy. That's my son.
That's my son. Yeah.
And then the band starts playing.
Right? like a lot of stuff, so much stuff got cut out of the films, and I know they're not gonna be able to fit it all, but it's just like, I mean, either make it do a Titanic and have an intermission in your 4-hour film, or just make it 2 films. Because
Yep,
like,
I agree.
so
The reason they
much.
didn't do it though is because the cast was so young and they were growing up. But they're
Yeah.
like, oh shoot, we got time.
Yeah. But I mean, I just like I said, there's just something about Cedric's character that feels inauthentic to me. Um and not like, oh, this is a fantasy world. Obviously, he's not real. No, I mean like he just felt through the book, he felt insincere and inauthentic, and it was like people viewed him in a certain way, and so he acted that certain way, and in the end it ended up getting him killed. Because
Yeah.
after his death, he straight up is like, "Hey, take my body back, bitch. Like, I'm helping protect you. Grab my dead hand, you know, freaking get the port key and get us both home." Right? Like,
Yeah, I can
that's
see that.
I don't know. I like he's like, "I'm dead." Like, it's just like that question from the Sorting Hat, or like, what, like, after you're gone, it's like, it's not what it doesn't matter what people think of me when I'm dead. What matters is when I'm alive. But like, now he's like I'm dead. Nobody knows how I'm gonna be. Get my body back to my parents, even if it kills you.
No,
Like,
Disper likes it now that Cedric's all sassy.
oh, okay. You like him more now? You like him dead more? What was this? There's no sequel films. I'm confused by this. It doesn't matter. He died. He came back as a vampire later in the season. There's no sequel like, there's no
I think
vampires
he
that.
meant to say Twilight movies.
Oh, he's making a get. They were, yeah. He just said they were called Twilight. I have not seen nor
They're
read
not
them.
associated, Disper. They'll make
I
me
have
come over there
not.
and slap you.
That's right. I forgot that Cedric in the film was
Is
Twinkle
Edward.
Sparkle Boy. I
I
forgot.
really went through all of like middle school and high school not watching Twilight, and actually only watched Twilight when I was like 25. When I binged them all on Netflix. I'm like, this is what everyone was so obsessed about. This, where they were comparing this to Harry Potter, going, oh my god, this is better than Harry Potter, and I'm like, what? In what world? Like, I remember these girls in my years would have like their Twilight bags, and they would literally have like the little Twilight Valentine's Day candies.
Do you remember
would be
the
like,
shirts?
oh, I love Bella and I love Jacob.
Do you remember? That's okay. So it was the teams. It was like, I'm team so and so, and
Yeah,
I'm team
Edward,
Jake.
Team Jacob.
Yeah, those
crazy
were
shit.
everywhere.
And
Everywhere.
I was like, what is this shit? I'm gonna go read Harry Potter. I'm a witch. Bye.
Trouble Angelo's like, Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Dumbledore calmly said. Dude, that's one of my favorite memes of all time, because it's like,
he said calmly.
calmly, like he comes back as a vampire to get his end anyway. No, he doesn't. And Batman. Oh no, he was a terrible Batman. I don't care what anybody says. He looks like he's
I've
wearing
never seen it, so I can't say if he was shit or not.
awful. I really do need to just release what my thoughts were on the Batman, because it was terrible.
Batman review incoming.
It was so bad. It was so bad. It was like it's like he was wearing a trash bag, and like his cape was awful. His Batman, like the suit, I did not care for at all. The acting was not good. You know what? I'm not going to get on a Batman rant, because we're here to talk about Harry Potter.
For the review. Tune into the review coming out soon, guys.
Well, like, I actually have it recorded. I ranted for an hour and 47 minutes, which is as long as the movie, and it took me forever to start editing it down, and it was like 2 weeks later, and I was like, should I release this? I was like, nah. It's been 2 weeks. But I thought the Batman was awful. I hated it. But so Order of the Phoenix is my least favorite book, and spoilers, because Harry is given a present at the beginning of the book.
Oh, I know.
He's given it's a mirror. All he has to do is say his godfather's name, and he'll be able to communicate with Sirius.
No, he was so stupid, a 15-year-old. And then that guilty conscience that he has for the rest of it. Ugh.
Because once again, Harry's an idiot. And like the thing that really just grinds my gears. Is when he does the flu powder with Sirius. Why didn't Sirius say use the mirror next time?
That's so true.
Like why is that not there? So it's just
He got it for
insane.
Christmas, right? And then he was like, "Oh, I'm never gonna even open up this package because
No,
it's
no,
some way
no.
that
He
Sirius is gonna
got
come
it.
talk to me."
No, he got it before he left for school. He gave
Oh
it to
yeah,
him
it
and
was
he
the
said,
knife that he got for Christmas.
"Yeah,
There
the
you go.
knife. He
Okay.
got the knife for Christmas, but the mirror, Sirius gave it to him and he said, if you ever need to speak to me, look into this mirror and say my name and I will be there."
Yeah, he
And
would.
then
Yeah.
Sirius, he talks to Sirius with the through the flu powder fire, and it's they're talking and Sirius never says next time use the mirror, because it's not like Sirius is going to forget that he gave Harry the mirror because he said he's always going to have it on him in case Harry calls for him, right?
Mhm.
And then so you have that situation, and then you've got Harry finds it at the end. He like it falls out and he says Sirius's name into it and he's like, I'm gonna see Sirius in this mirror. And and obviously it doesn't work because he's
He's gone on.
all you had to do all Harry had to do all he had to do was
Open the package.
just open, like, appreciate, like, because this is a get. Here's the other thing, this was such a big deal for him like, he wanted to go live with Sirius. He wanted to
Mhm.
leave his aunt and uncle. He wanted to go live with Sirius. They were trying to clear Sirius's name. That he found out that he has someone who actually genuinely cares about him. And this has been a huge deal through books 3, 4, and 5. You're not going to forget that your godfather gave you a present, especially one that's going to help you with your safety and with communicating with him. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah, no, when like that entire bit just it hurts. I'm like, Harry, the
It's
guilt
off.
that you feel, that he still feels all that guilt in the
I
seventh one when he has the mirror in his pouch and everything.
I completely agree, Chrysanth. I think she forgot about the mirror as well.
You think so?
Like
I think
I
she did it on purpose for Harry to like be an idiot, or else it'd be like, oh, it's
mm-mm.
too
I don't
plain
know.
on.
I just there's no I don't know. But if I had to pick, like I said, my favorite has to be the Sorcerer's Stone, film wise, and I think movie wise, or sorry, book wise, it's actually Prisoner of Azkaban because I love the mystery of that one.
That one is good. They're all so
Like
good. It's
they
so hard
they
to pick
are good.
one.
Yeah, it really is hard to pick one. They all have their pros and cons and whatnot. But I think for me, the third book is probably my favorite. Just because even though you have a man who now has to go on the run, an innocent man who now has to go back on the run, but there's still this hope and this endearing positivity surrounding it. And then it's like it's almost like J.K. Rowling didn't, I don't know, like I have no idea. I feel like, see, Sirius's death to me feels very cheap because it was so avoidable.
Yeah, but that's why it makes Harry the way he is, and it builds him, because you're like, he has all that trauma at the end of the fifth one because it was just waste. He died for literally nothing. That's literally why he's got all this trauma into at the end of 5, into 6, even
Yeah.
7.
See, for me, it's kind of like in the Loki series when they're chucking the Infinity Stones into a drawer. If I had to
Ah.
make a comparison, like that is how cheap of a death Sirius is for me now. Like, because for at the Battle of Hogwarts, Remus's death didn't feel cheap. Tonks's didn't feel cheap. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Spoilers, by the way. But
But they
it's
died like with like a purpose and all that,
yeah.
whereas Sirius didn't have a purpose when he died, and that's why I think it's so like monumental, and it really impacts him a lot. Like he's sitting there at the end of the book crying his eyes
See,
out in like a bush. because he feels so guilty, and he throws things in Dumbledore's office, and I think it really like propels him to like adulthood too.
Maybe, and I see where you're coming from on that, but it's still, for me, it cheapens Sirius's death. It really does. Like, for me, I don't like. It might be
Maybe it's because
impactful for
also there's no
Harry.
body.
Maybe because he's just gone. Like, you have maybe, but I guess, yeah. For me, it's for me, it just feels like a cheap death. It really does. Did they have a scene like Loki getting kicked in the nuts too? Actually, they did. I mean, Hermione straight up knees Malfoy in the groin.
What?
In the film?
Slaps him.
No, doesn't she slap? Like, who knees somebody in the groin? Somebody knees somebody in the groin. She punches him in the face in the third movie.
She slaps the shit out of him, but that's about it.
She slaps him. Hold on. I swear somebody gets like, doesn't somebody get a knee to the groin? Am I thinking of the wrong?
Really can't. I honestly don't see it.
Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong. But what movie would I possibly be confusing that with?
Loki?
No.
Possibly the show?
No. I know
nobody gets hit in the balls.
Because
that's kind of above, I would think, J.K. Rowling's writing. She wouldn't be like, aha, and then he got kicked in the nuts.
Then he got kicked. Wasn't it like, I feel, or did Malfoy get punched in the who? I know he got punched in the face. Why do I see somebody leaned over and like, or did someone get punched in the gut? Was that Neville? I can't remember.
Been in the gut, where like Ron gets punched in the gut when they're being kidnapped by the Snatchers in the movie.
Yeah, in the movie.
He's like, let go of him, and he's like, oh, your boys won't get worse than that, if he struggles and all that, because like they punch him in the gut.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, that's right. All right. So no, he doesn't. Nothing in the groin, but he does get it to the gut.
No balls were harmed in the making of Harry Potter.
Allegedly.
Did you know in Goblet of Fire, in the credits, they actually say no dragons were harmed in the making of this movie?
Yes, and I think that's fantastic.
I think it's a little fun trivia there.
I love that so much. Okay, so we're gonna, because I know I can't keep you too much longer. I got you for about 15 more minutes.
I can do a little bit longer than that.
A little bit longer? Okay.
Yeah.
So, there are many theories, as you know, surrounding the wizarding world of Harry Potter. Robert, thank you so much for coming. Whoops, sorry, one. Sorry, Mystic. Hey, how you doing? Robert, thanks so much for coming. It's 2 a.m. Like, I genuinely appreciate you hanging in.
Dang.
I'm glad you could catch this stream too. Like I said, I should be able to do more coming up. So,
good night, Robert.
Have a great night, Robert, and thank you for hanging with us. I do appreciate it. But it's there are a lot of theories surrounding why Harry didn't die. When Voldemort first, when he became the boy who lived. There's lots of theories. So do you
know why?
But okay, so you think it's because of love?
That is it. That's the whole explanation.
Okay. All right. So, can I tell you?
Yeah, now I'm intrigued.
Okay, so here's the thing. Lots of loved ones died protecting other loved ones, right? And yes, we know there was a prophecy, and that, Voldemort was going to choose, basically, because, it was either him or Neville. For you guys that don't know, it was going to be either Harry or Neville. And Voldemort chose Harry, the half-blood. He chose Harry. Because
Neville was pure blood, and that's literally the only difference.
That it was.
So we chose someone of an equal, so both half-bloods. Because Voldemort isn't pure blood. People think he is, but he's not.
No, but he was so Voldemort, I don't know that he's a direct allegory for Stash Man. But that was the thing. There was Stash Man hated himself as well.
It took me a good second to figure out who you were talking about. I was like, who the fuck is Stash Man? I don't know this character in Harry Potter.
No.
In real life.
Real life was kind of a big player in World War II.
Yeah.
But
He hasn't done anything lately, has he?
not lately. No, not
Ah.
lately. But Stash Man, was really, really hated himself. Like he wanted to be blonde haired. That's why he was obsessed with it. He wanted the blonde hair. He wanted the blue eyes. That's why he ran all of these tests. Had, the doctors were running all these tests on identical twins to see if it was possible to change your eye color and to permanently change your hair color, and not just have it be temporary. Trying he was trying to, through science, morph himself into what he believed was the perfect human being, and he
Mhm.
hated himself. He even hated his own religion. Um, he actually ended up, of course, hating all religion, but it started with a lot of self-hatred. So I don't know that Voldemort is a direct allegory, but there are a lot of parallels. And so Voldemort chose the half-blood like himself, um, to be his rival, his enemy. And so it's very, yes, I am absolutely talking about Mario Disbrew. That's who the mustache man. That's who the stash man is. Um, but it was it's interesting to see those overlaps, but a lot of people died protecting the people that they loved. And um why didn't anybody else survive, and was it because of the prophecy? But I'm going to I'm going to posture this theory and let me know what you think. So
Mhm.
we know that Snape was in love with Lily,
Yeah.
but he did not care. Here is, J.K. Rowling came out and said Snape is not a good guy. Like he's very spiteful, he's very hateful, and he's
Yeah.
very self-interested.
He
Guys,
literally didn't give a shit if James and Harry died as
yeah,
long as Lily survived.
exactly. You're leading up to my point. He's like, just spare Lily. I don't care if her son, like mother, like the mother. He doesn't care that the mother's gonna lose her son, or her husband, or the wife's gonna lose her husband. He's like, I don't care if you kill James. I don't care if you kill Harry, but please spare Lily. So, and then the Dark Lord, of course, says, I will. There is a theory that it was, the unbreakable vow.
I knew you were gonna say this once you
And
mentioned Snape. I was like, unbreakable vow.
so he kills James first. Unbreakable vow has not been broke. It hasn't been violated, right? Because Lily's still alive. Lily is
Mhm.
standing in front of her son's crib, and Voldemort does say, "Move, woman," right? From Harry's mouth. We
Yeah,
know
he
this
mentioned
from
says it multiple times to get
he
out of the
says it
way and like he's
multiple
baby.
times, right? And so she refuses to move. And some people say, "Oh, it's because she was a pureblood," but like what? But if Voldemort
She's
and
not a
Snape,
pure blood.
oh, that's right, she was a Muggle-born. James was the pureblood.
Mhm.
Sorry, I got them backwards. But so
Okay.
you have, right, because he doesn't care. So he doesn't care about Muggle-borns. He hates them. Why is he telling her to move? Why is he saying
No,
move out of the way?
because he was
Right?
doing a favor to Snape. There's
It,
no way the unbreakable
but
vow because that
but
they
he
would
doesn't.
actually do a vow. Like, nah.
I'm because he's the strongest. Well, I mean, he's the most powerful wizard in the world. So why would he have to? So they make an unbreakable vow, but why would he even have to listen to it? Because he's the strongest wizard ever. He's the most powerful wizard. An unbreakable vow isn't going to hold it over him. But he tells Lily Potter to move multiple times. A breed of witches that he hates because she's a mudblood, and um it's so it doesn't make any sense, especially because he yeets James right out. Like
Oh
he
yeah, he's
doesn't
like, ta
he does
ta.
he doesn't tell James to get out of the way. He doesn't say move aside, pure blood. Like he doesn't spare James because James is a pure blood. He straight up he yeets James from the face of the earth. But now you have a woman, you have a mother standing right in front of the obstacle to Voldemort's unchallenged reign. The only thing standing between Voldemort and that obstacle is this woman who is a mudblood, whom he hates, whom he has no allegiance to, he has no affinity for. He doesn't care about her. Why was he telling her to move instead of just Vada Kedavraing her butt out the way? right?
Oh, that's so easy though. This is like, I'm not gonna lie, this is very like, far-fetched, because in
How's
the
that
book,
far-fetched?
because in the books, at least Snape is literally like, please spare her, and he's like, all right, I'll, if a favor to you. You're one of like the best Death Eaters. You told me about the prophecy in the first place. I'll do you this one little favor where I'll attempt to spare her life. And then he doesn't, because she doesn't want to move, and he's like, well, fuck this, I don't give a shit. There's no way he did it though. With the unbreakable vow.
Why wouldn't he? He would like it wouldn't he
Because
probably
Voldemort doesn't have friends or any of that stuff. He wouldn't want to do anything for anyone
but he
else
did
unless
unbreakable
it
vows with
benefit him.
others.
So he's not gonna go and make a vow that can compromise his power or his position.
Nothing should compromise his power or his position, because he's the most powerful being in existence. Like, that's what he genuinely believes. And remember, like, he kills Lily, and then he tries to kill Harry. Not only does it not succeed, it doesn't kill Voldemort, which is what the unbreakable vow, is supposed to kill you, and it killed that iteration, that body, that physical manifestation of Voldemort, but it didn't kill the Horcruxes, obviously, because they were split like across across the way. So he had already, that's the thing, he also would not have been concerned about an unbreakable vow because his soul was in pieces at that point. So
yeah, but then he would have to return the power and get his soul. Like, he would have to rise again, and he wouldn't want to risk that. The whole point of the Horcruxes was that even if he lost his body, he could still live, but that was like a backup for immortality. He wouldn't want to do it on purpose.
No, but I don't think he thought that the unbreakable vow would work, because he was already basically he was a fraction of the soul he used to be. So there was basically there's not anything left to kill. So it's not like an unbreakable vow would kill him. Like, either way, he knew an unbreakable vow wouldn't kill him.
Nah, I firmly believe that he would never put himself in any position.
I'm just saying, there's absolutely no way. It doesn't make any sense, because there were other parents that died for their children and refused to get out of the way. There were other acts of true love. And to be quite fair, to be perfectly fair, to be perfectly honest, Voldemort, Dumbledore lied to Harry a lot. He lied to Harry a lot. And so I think it's a much happier tale to be like, yeah, your mom died because she loved you. And technically it wouldn't even be a lie, because it's Snape's really obsessive love for Lily that ended up saving Harry. So it wasn't even love for Harry. It was the obsessive love Snape had for Lily. And you do the unbreakable vow, and now he thinks that Lily's going to be safe. And in fact, she's not. And then he breaks his vow, and he kills Lily, and then the next time he uses his wand, it backfires on him.
No, because he would have died instantly. If he had killed Lily, he would have died, because that's what happens. What happens is when you break the unbreakable vow, you die instantly. So he wouldn't have even been able to kill Harry.
He would have maybe because he had no soul. It took time.
Nah.
Nah. You just don't want. You don't want it. You just want it to Lily. It's because Lily loved her son that much.
Well, no, I agree that there is a bit of a plot hole there. When I've been saying it all along now, I'm like, okay, but other people have died too. And then you even see it in Deathly Hallows when Harry, technically speaking, dies, and then Voldemort can't kill anyone else in the Great Hall because he used his love to protect them. So we see that again. And yeah, I do agree with you that people have definitely died beforehand for love of others, but we never really mentioned it. I kind of think that's a plot hole, but the unbreakable vow thing.
Well, because then my question, but look at Neville's parents. They were I mean.
Yeah, but was it love or was that loyalty? Because they were tortured into insanity for information on the Order, and they wouldn't do it. It was nothing about Neville.
But you don't think they loved the people in the Order? Because
100%.
Because going through something like that, going through stuff like that, it brings you closer than blood in a lot of cases.
100%. But the thing is, they didn't die. They were tortured into insanity. So I think the magic is you die for someone. They're not dead.
So it's not a great enough sacrifice to be tortured endlessly to the point of your mind breaking. See, that's and that is why when people are like, she's just such a brilliant writer, I'm like, I'm like, she's definitely better than me. I'm not saying that I'm better than her, but like there's some we got some serious issues between Sirius's mirror and, you know, the fact that Lily and James Potter are not the only parents to die protecting their children or their spouse or whatever, their siblings, whomever it may
be. The reason they're so pivotal is because that's when Voldemort, quote unquote, dies. It's not anything other than that. And besides the prophecy, that was Harry. That's why they're so, like, monumental.
Yes, but see, that's my other thing. So, like, is it because is it was the magic stronger because he chose Harry for the prophecy? You know, like, because there's it says
he chose
there's
somebody who was more of his equal.
But I'm saying, like, is that why that worked for Harry and not for everybody else? Because he was the child of prophecy.
Point.
Like, there's just too many holes, and I don't like it. And like when your whole, because here's the thing, the crux of your entire story hinges on this event, and I feel like it's very unclear. And because you had people sacrificing themselves for people they loved, because you had people turning on, like, that's the thing too. You had we saw it with freaking, first of all, if you name someone Wormtail, you should genuinely expect them to betray you. But like,
right,
you had Wormtail turn on his friends because he's a coward and he's, a fake and a liar, and he's very self-interested. And even Snape was a double agent, and he only came after the fact. You know what I mean? Like, when all of this was happening, and like Dumbledore freaking, yeah, yikes. But it's just, there's two, for it to be literally the catalyst for your entire story, and the fact that the lore is built all around this one pivotal moment, it's just too open for me.
Well, like, it's not what a prophecy is about, though. One specific moment.
No. So the openness of the prophecy was Voldemort's choice. What should not be happening is, why am I asking why no other parents who sacrificed themselves for their children, or spouses sacrificed themselves for their spouse, or a sibling for another sibling? Like, why was that? Why were those not worthy of being protected? Why were all those other instances?
Oh, she cut out again.
James Potter. Like, that is what leaves it too open for me. If we're gonna run with told you guys my internet's been buggy, but if that is what we're gonna run with, that it was the love of Lily Potter for her son, if that's what we're running with, why did other parents who gave their lives for their children, why was it not as equally as impactful? Because Voldemort wiped out families.
Because there's definitely been parents who've sacrificed themselves.
Exactly. So I'm sitting here. That is the point of contention for me. It's too open. Like, you've put all this emphasis on this event, and the whole reason Harry survived was because of the love of his mother, and she gave her life for Harry.
I bet you there's like an answer, and J.K. Rowling knows it, and she just hasn't actually freaking told us. And she's like, "It's up to you to decide that." Like an open.
But when it is but that's what I'm saying. When it's the crux of your entire lore and your entire story, it can't be open like that. It can't. Like, it would have been different if. That's what I'm saying. Like, it should have been an unbreakable vow that he violated, or it should have been Lily, she, at the last minute, she cast a spell of, I don't even know, because there's nothing that we all know. It's been stated there is no defense against the curse. What are the unforgivable curses? There's no defense for Avada Kedavra. So you can't block it, you can't deflect it, you can dodge it. Obviously, Harry is in a crib. He's not going to dodge an Avada Kedavra from the Dark Lord as a baby. So why is it that Lily's sacrifice is so much more monumental? And if you're going to say it's because Harry was the chosen one from the prophecy, then that needs to be more clear, that because now, the sacrificial magic of a parental love has now reinforced the prophecy. You get what I'm saying? Like there has to be more to it, because you're leaving too much
I
of
think the
it
only
open.
like the only logical answer, besides the fact that either she has plot holes in it, which is entirely possible, or is that it's just the prophecy. Because again, Harry uses that with everyone else in the Great Hall in Deathly Hallows. I mean, I'm pretty sure that if someone did that spell, right, during Deathly Hallows, during the Battle of Hogwarts, somebody else wouldn't be able to die because they were protected, right? But instead, that
I
doesn't
don't
happen.
know,
So many people die.
but see, technically, here's the thing. Voldemort could have walked in, he could have killed Lily and James Potter, and then walked and been like, "You know what? That like no, I'm going to go after the Neville boy," and walk away, and he could have picked Neville. And his parents were already broken at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, is it he technically wasn't, until Voldemort raised his wand and tried to Avada Kedavra a baby. Harry was not the boy of prophecy until that moment. And so even like Lily's sacrifice was prior to that. So why why was it so potent? Why was it so much more effective? Cuz like it just there's too many gaps in the logic. There isn't a solid foundation, and like I said, because this is where your whole story stems from, there shouldn't be this glaring of a question, should not be there, because it's
Now
just
you got me all bothered because it's like, well, why?
that's what I'm saying. Like it just doesn't make it makes no sense, because until the moment that Voldemort Avada Kedavra Harry, he was not the boy of prophecy. Because remember, it
Well,
had
no,
to
he
be
always was, because when he went after Harry and all that. So as
he
soon as he marked him as his equal, like, oh, I'm gonna go get this guy.
Yeah,
That
but I'm
was
saying,
it.
like, what if he had looked in the crib and decided, no, this isn't my equal. This is not who the boy of prophecy is, and then he goes after Neville. Like, that's what I'm saying. Up until the point that he actually Avada Kedavras and tries to yeet baby Harry, like, he could have looked upon Harry and been like, no, you are unworthy. And it's obviously the pureblood who is the one that I need to go after. Like that possibility still remained at that point.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
like I'm not trying to make you mad or anything, and I think, if you do believe that it's because Lily sacrificed herself, I mean, I get it. It's the reason that was given. Um
No, because
but
like I always did wonder. It's like, well, what about the other parents and other friends sacrificed for loved ones, right?
right,
But I think
it's
I think J.K. Rowling, they just meant it to be like the mother's love and the prophecy, and there was nothing more into it. But she should have put more into it, so there's no questions.
Yeah. It would have been like, that's what I'm saying. That's why when people like she's this generation's J.R.R. Tolkien, I'm like, I'm not going to take her world building away from her, because it's excellent. But as far as like cohesive, because like nobody could have been King of Gondor with except Aragorn. Like there was no question. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just there's way too many. I have too many questions. By all, like, she is by far a much more talented writer than I would ever hope to be, and she's obviously created a worldwide phenomenon and really reignited a lot of imaginations. But it's just there there has to be there's got to be a reason why Lily's sacrifice meant that much more. Chris Persia says, I don't think it was really the love of Lily for Harry that deflected the curse. More the fact that Harry accidentally becoming a Horcrux after Lily and James' death is what protected him. He wasn't a Horcrux until after the. But again, he didn't become a Horcrux until Voldemort cursed him. That is a just like him finally being the chosen one and the boy who lived and the Horcrux. Those are all results of
Mm-hmm.
Voldemort actually performing the Avada Kedavra. Why didn't the Avada Kedavra work on him? And if it was because of Lily Potter's love, Why didn't other mothers who sacrificed themselves for their children, why was their sacrifice any less worthy? Like, that's my question.
Plot hole.
It's just, it's so hard. It's I don't know. And because it's not, because at that point, like, and everybody, and that's the thing, she also made it a big deal. He's literally the boy who lived. He's famous in the wizarding world. How did a baby with no powers, no ability, no wand, how did he survive? And the answer we get is love. And I'm sitting here like, I know for a fact there are a bunch of dead parents. There's a bunch of orphan. He's not the only orphan walking around. So, like, why is it so much more impactful to have Lily sacrificed than any of those other parents? It just doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. The only thing I can correlate it with is with the prophecy. That on top of the prophecy or something. That's like the best I got because I'm just at a blank.
Yeah, it's fine. I was actually kind of I was curious what you thought, because I know you know a lot about.
Unbreakable vows 100% no, because you die instantly. It's not like, please hold, let me kill this baby first.
I don't know, because he technically
100% you die instantly right there. But
he did. But like you said, he did try to get her to move. So maybe in his eye, like, maybe the unbreakable vow was like
Snape, though. That's very much in the books right there.
I know, but like, maybe they did do the unbreakable vow, and he's like, well, I tried and it didn't work, so I held up my end. And then the unbreakable vow was like, but did you really? And it's like, hold on, like, processing, hold on, like, did you find a loophole? No, you did not. But
I don't see a breakable vow.
Harry is a fixed point in time. I don't get it. What do you mean Harry's a fixed point in time?
Like, this isn't Doctor Who, Disprey.
Like,
paradox.
I don't understand. Harry was a time. Yeah, we've melded Doctor Who in. He was a Time Lord. That's what it was. Yeah, here we go. Pandora Lovegood died in front of Luna. Why didn't Luna become the chosen one? I know it's a Doctor Who reference. I'm asking.
Pandora is Luna's mom, I'm assuming, because I never know.
Yes.
I don't think he ever knew her mom's name. But she died from experimenting. It wasn't like she was protecting Luna in any case. And Luna wasn't born at the end of July. She wasn't even born yet at all, because she's a year younger than Harry.
Yeah, but again, you're informing the conclusion with data outside of outside of the info.
No. In the summer of July.
Oh no, I know what the prophecy says, but again, like, we're inferring that the reason, like, what you're doing is inferring that Harry survived because of the prophecy, but we don't specifically know that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we've been told it's because of love, but that has there's a huge gap in understanding and logic there, because there's no way that Lily and James Potter are the only parents that died for their children.
For Luna's point, though,
because
Chris is saying, why didn't Luna become the chosen one? Well, Luna's mom didn't die for her. She died in an accident. She wasn't born in July. Luna probably wasn't even there when she was experimenting.
But it said baby boy, and she's a girl. Like, it literally says
Luna can't be at all.
It's a boy. It's just like the Dragonborn. It's a male. Like, it was the prophecy. The child of prophecy was male, born in July, at the end of July. Like, it was very specific. It was not super specific, because again, prophecies aren't gonna like point at it and be like, these two are the ones you must choose between.
Choose your character.
Right. It's not like that, but a prophecy is supposed to be more of a, like, whether it's self-fulfilling or a destined fate or some other kind of prophecy. It is supposed to be sort of, it comes true based on the decisions of those involved, essentially, more often than not. And that's why, like, those who, like, fate is most often met on the road people take to try to avoid it. And it's just, I know, I get where you're saying from Luna being like, but even if she had been born at the end of July, like, she's not a boy, and it was very, it was,
Yeah, and I think
a
her
male
parents are
born.
pure blood too. So
Yeah. So it's there's a lot of there's like genealogy books have come out since then and everything. I've not read them. But it's just cuz the Potters, even though the Potters were pure blood, Harry is a half blood. And like we've said. And so it's not as though it's not like the Potter's blood was anything special. You know what I mean? And so I've heard that theory that it was the mix between Lily and James's like blood, and it made Harry more resilient to certain kinds of magic. I don't buy that theory at all. But it's just it's fun when it's fan theories, when you're like, "Oh, like what would have happened if, or how come they didn't do that?" Like fan theories like that are a lot of fun, but when after I've reread the books and I'm sitting there and I'm like, "This is a really glaring plot hole that it keeps nagging at me." And
I really want to know now.
right? And so I was kind of hoping at the 20-year anniversary JK would be like, "Hey, this is how Harry survived," but she
No,
wasn't
she
there.
was supposed to have an encyclopedia, and it's never been released. And I guess the encyclopedia is the Wizarding World website, but it gives you fuck all, and it's run by people who think 12-year-olds look at it. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's not gonna help us.
Yeah. And also there's a lot of activists that are behind the scenes
Yeah.
on that site too.
Like the social media accounts are, I 100% believe that the social media accounts are run by 12-year-olds because they're like, oh my god, we stand Draco. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, I just there's a whole blip about if Draco and Hermione, it was actually a
Hermione, yeah.
yeah, I was like, that's just sick. Like really gross. Um but it's, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of things that are fun fan theories. There's some that are really disturbing, like the Hermione stuff. And
Oh
then
yeah.
there's others that just really bug me because they are glaring plot holes and I just have a problem with it. Um and is nobody else concerned that um you know like the Nimbus 2000, Harry getting the Nimbus 2000, that was like really cool and sweet, and you were just like, "Oh, this is cool," but nobody's going to be concerned that a firebolt is just kind of popping up. Like we're not,
What do you mean?
cuz isn't in the 4th book he gets fire, when does he get the
He gets
firebolt?
the firebolt in the third
3rd
book,
book.
and
And it's from Sirius
it's yeah, but it's taken away.
to get
Hermione
like
reports it to McGonagall, and they basically like strip it down, checking for all
for
types of jinx and dark
jinxes.
spells, and they never do find out who it's from. They're like, "Oh, it's some well wisher, I guess." But
Mhm.
then until the end, and then Sirius is like, "By the way, that was me who bought you the firebolt."
Yeah,
But it was
can I
tested and
ask
everything.
Can I ask? Well, but like my question is, how did it get? Like they tested it for jinxes and stuff. That's not my. How did he get it there?
It was in the mail order. They said so that he every time he would read the
But like
newspapers, the
that's
mail order
not,
was there, and so he just had the gold removed from his vault in Gringotts to pay for it, and then it was shipped from the Quidditch
but from
the Quidditch store in Diagon Alley.
from Sirius's, like, was it Sirius's vault?
Yeah, it was Sirius's vault.
Yeah. So like he's a fugitive on the run. Why are they taking gold out of Sirius's vault to buy a fire? Like that's what I'm asking.
Because it's
Like,
probably like the Black family, like not just Sirius's. It's the Black family vault.
yeah, but isn't he the only one alive that can access
No,
it?
technically speaking, it could be related to Draco Malfoy, Tonks,
I
Bellatrix
guess.
Lestrange,
Yeah, I
and
was gonna
like
say technically
Andromeda.
Bellatrix technically could, but it's just
She was
like,
in prison, so she really couldn't. But like the
yeah,
sister of
but
the mother of Tonks and all that, like they
I'm
could
just
have
saying none
access
of
to
them.
it.
But that's what I'm saying. None of them sourced like where it came. Like they're like it's just a like you're telling me that you can't go to Gringotts Bank and be like, hey, who pulled like because how like you're
Well,
having
no
the
one
money
knew it was
removed.
from Sirius until the very
Very
end.
end. I know, but like the goblins aren't stupid.
Goblins don't care about that stuff, though. They even said so in the books that they don't give a shit about the wizarding world and all that.
I
like
know
the
they
wizards.
don't, but they do love gold, and there was a very large bounty out on Sirius. And like
but they have no stake in wizards.
I know, but they have stake in gold. And so if someone's now removing money from the Black family vault to buy a to buy a broom to send it to Hogwarts, or just to like that doesn't we're not, concerned.
I honestly don't see it because like the goblins say multiple times that they don't give a shit about the wizarding world and like the wizards and witches and it's their war, with Voldemort and all that. And they just, they think what's goblin made is theirs. So they just don't give a shit about anything. As long as everything's proper in Gringotts, then they're just gonna keep doing what they do.
That's okay. I'm just saying there were ways to figure out that came from Sirius, and the fact that nobody at the school attempted to actually source where that came from just blows my mind. Because
who they could have actually gone into it, but I guess
I don't know,
resources that we don't have. We're on a budget.
We're on a budget cuts. Budgets
have been hard. We have to cut down the butterbeer.
I thought you couldn't use Polyjuice Potion in the bank. In the vaults, you can get into you can get into the bank proper, but you can't get to the vaults with Polyjuice Potion. So it would have had to have been something. I don't know. I'm sure Dumbledore knew. Dumbledore knew a lot, and he didn't share very much. Prick. That might actually be true. The goblins were probably like, "Yeah, we'll do this for you, Sirius, but it's going to be more money."
It's gonna cost you, bro.
It's gonna cost you. So maybe that's what he did. Maybe they were like, hey, this is the bounty out on you. So pay it to us and we'll pull out the rest of the gold for the broom. Or we turn you in. Maybe. Because goblins are like you said, goblins don't give a shit about wizarding law. They do care about gold. So he could have easily been like, here's the money you would have collected if you turned me in. Now, go send the rest to purchase the broom and get it sent off to my godson. So maybe that's what he did.
Bribery. Here, have more gold.
Right? I mean, maybe it was jewels. I wonder, what would you bribe a goblin?
I would think it would be bribery, if anything. If it wasn't just, okay, we don't give a shit what money's going out of the vault or not. It's going legally. Whatever,
Yeah, as long as goblin law is adhered to. What would you bribe a goblin with?
I wouldn't want to bribe a goblin because I don't want to cross them. They're pretty ruthless. I wouldn't want to unless it's like a very civil conversation, like, oh, lovely weather we're having today. Otherwise, no thanks.
Do goblins have civil conversations?
Yeah, they do, because they had the whole civil conversation with Dean Thomas, Ted Tonks, and the other guy who I don't even remember his name. He was in there for 2 seconds. With the two goblins in Deathly Hallows, and they're just
That's right. They're
having that little civil conversation about eating fish and all that, and
yes,
the world
I remember
news.
that.
And I mean, Griphook had a civil conversation with her for the most part. For the most part, that is.
Could have just paid by check.
Right, airmail.
I don't know. Goblins might have pulled a someone made an unauthorized purchase from your vault, or law identity theft to protect their reputation as bankers. No, I think you could I think you could, if you're going into your own vault and it's your gold and you're bribing them with your gold, I think the goblins would probably be that doesn't break their laws. They're like, here's the amount.
I think they just didn't give a shit, because the only people who can take money out of that is,
for my bounty.
They're like, so they're probably like, yeah, all right, this is an order next. They don't give a shit.
Right. I'm sure there are plenty of goblin-made items in the Black household. Just return a few of them in exchange for the gold and silence.
Exactly.
Also, that could also,
I will give you this shiny goblet.
Now yes.
Take my money.
Exactly. Can he just not get in here as the dog? Is he is unregistered?
Yeah, he's unregistered, but you can get trapped in vaults.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, he wouldn't though, because it's his vault.
Yeah, so he had to go. So he probably
he did like a money order though. He just did it through like the newspaper. So he put his vault in like the ad. So you gotta wonder like who did the orders and be like,
that's what I'm saying.
Vault 713 or whatever it is. Like interesting. Okay, yo, love.
Right? I don't know. It's that see that but see this is like an interesting fan theory. It's not like lore, but it's not anything like that, right? It's just like it makes you wonder like how'd he pull it off? It's like I would watch that spin-off. It's like the Ocean's 11
Maybe
of
they
Sirius.
didn't even know if what Sirius's vault was, like public information, like okay, somebody from an old wizarding family wants a firebolt, they have a ton of gold, sure, whatever, let's just go. Like they didn't even look at it. Like he probably did it with a fake name or something. Who knows? I don't know. Well, fake name wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, that wouldn't work. But because goblins don't care about wizarding, like they're under no obligation to tell anybody like that who took money out. Like it was an authorized person from that vault, and that's all they have to tell them. You know what I mean? Like they're not required to tell them anything, because they don't, like you said, they don't care. So it's just fascinating to think about. Like this is the kind of stuff that you're like, oh man, like I would totally watch like a mini series, or I'd read like a novella about like how Sirius pulled it off. You know what I mean? I'd be interested in that anyway. But maybe he paid for it from Harry's vault. Does he have that? Oh, he does have access to Harry's vault.
No, but he said he took it out of his vault.
Yeah, but he did. He said it came out of his vault. So figure it out later. Oh, Isom 2 has passed $700,000 on day 1 of the campaign, and it's been live it went live at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern. So, or sorry, 10 a.m. Eastern. So that makes it what? 10 hours? About almost 11 hours. Crazy. No, that is not what I said. But it's just it's one of those things that's really interesting to think about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's your favorite Harry Potter fan theory?
Honestly, I don't really look at fan theories because a lot of the ones that I see on the internet are basically just like teenage simps. Like, oh my god, like the shit that I've seen, bro, where like they fantasize about like naked teenagers and stuff like that. I'm just like hard pass.
That's concerning.
Well, I never actually really look into any of that stuff. I just kind of like, okay, this is the books. I don't want to know what anyone else is really talking about because most of them are perverted as fuck.
Well, like some people think that Luna was a better fit than Ginny for Harry. And I think movie-wise, if you've only watched the movies, that would make sense. But if you've read the books, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
It's funny enough because my dad, who like he read the books once or maybe twice, but he was like, Luna's just so great in the movies. Like Harry should have ended up with Luna, but that's because everyone forgets how awesome and like badass book Ginny actually is.
Yeah, it actually makes me upset at how diluted her character was. I think Chris Columbus would have done her justice. I think she got very diluted by the other directors.
Well, you know what? I have to say about that. So Mike Newell, he directed Goblet of Fire, and she was somewhat sassy in that. Like she bumped into the twins. She would be like, "Hey, don't be so mean," or like, "Watch where you're walking," and all that. Like she was being kind of like feisty and sassy. It was when David Yates took over for Order of the Phoenix where she just kind of was very frumpy, very plain. And like the thing was Bonnie Wright at the time, she was a lot prettier. Like if you put like the right amount of makeup on her, she was really, really pretty. Instead, they like stripped her down and made her very plain and like way too honestly natural when she was supposed to have that blazing like fiery look, and they made her like watered down, bland mush, like
very much relegated her to the background.
Yeah.
And it's like it really came off as like this shy, quiet girl who has admired Harry from afar for a long time, and he finally noticed her after the Battle of Hogwarts, when in reality, like she like in the book, she calls Harry out to his face several times. Like because in book 2, even in book 2, she steals the diary from Harry.
I mean, she was possessed at that time, though.
Yes. And stuff, but Harry doesn't, like, obviously Harry doesn't know that. But like but the thing is, she, she tries to flush it away, and then she tries to doesn't she try to warn Harry about it in the book? Like, I'm trying
Yeah,
to, it's
that's
been a
when
minute.
She
That's,
tries
yeah.
to tell with Percy, then Percy gets
Yeah,
like,
Percy
"Oh
comes
no,
in.
for
It's not
nothing."
that,
He thinks it's the
you know,
girlfriend.
but then, like, in year because he picks something up, and she's like, "You of all people," it's the Half Blood Prince, and she's
Yep.
like, "You of all people," because Hermione goes and tells Ginny, and Ginny is like, "Harry, you freaking tard! What are you doing? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you of all people should know that that books are dangerous. They can be dangerous. Why are you doing this?" And
And then
yeah,
she
it's
sets him straight to also in Order of the Phoenix because he thinks he's possessed. He's ignoring everyone, and she's like, "Nah, I can tell you if you're possessed because I'm the only one who's ever been possessed that you know besides for
yes,
Lord Voldemort." And she like slaps him across the face. So and he's like,
yep,
"Oh right, duh."
yep,
And he's like,
and
"Sorry, I forgot." And she's like, "Lucky you. I
yeah,
remember that." Like
lucky
she
you.
was
Yeah.
sassy.
She goes ham on him, like, she does not let up. And we definitely don't, you don't, like, film Ginny is very passive. Like,
Uh
it's
huh.
almost, it's easy to forget
She's
about
almost like
her.
a hippie.
Kinda, yeah. She's very, not quite Luna levels, but she's very dreamy. She's very, like, she or daydreamy is what I should say.
Oh,
Like,
especially that
it comes
kiss in the movie.
across.
Oh, so awful.
Oh,
Oh,
like,
I can stay in here forever if you want. The best part though was when Ron meets up with Harry later. He's like, "So did you do it?" And he's like, "Do what?" Like, "Oh, you're like, Ginny." And he's like, "What?" That made me laugh. The
yeah.
rest of it was ugh.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like like, Hermione's character, I think, honestly, like, a lot of the, I don't want to say, like, like the tertiary supporting characters, like, oh gosh, after Chamber of Secrets, oh gosh, who are Malfoy, Crabbe and Goyle. We don't really see them in the films a whole lot after Chamber of
Nah,
Secrets.
yeah, they
And
kind of go MIA.
they're in the books a lot.
Especially because one of the actors got fired for marijuana and
Yeah.
like riots and all that stuff.
Yeah,
One who
it's
plays
just,
Crab, got Jamie Waylett.
yep. It's just it's just crazy how, like, guys, I'm serious. There's so much more depth in the books, and you actually, cuz like in the movies, for me at least, Ginny really came off whiny for a lot of it.
Oh, in the
Um
books, in the movies, yeah,
yeah, in
100%.
the movies.
She's
She
ugh.
she came off sort of like not very powerful, even though, like, in the book Ginny is incredibly powerful.
Yeah, she's
But
always like fiery and blazing look
mhm.
on her face, right? Like
She's
she's like on
Yeah,
fire.
she's one of the first ones. She gets the Patronus on, like, her second try.
Hmm.
Like, she's good. She's very talented. She's an incredibly powerful witch. And it's just, I don't, I didn't get that from her in the films at all, really. Like, none whatsoever. It
No.
almost feels like they sort of put more of that into Hermione's character, because she smacks Harry on the head a lot, and
Oh
Ron.
yeah.
And so it's like,
Well, that's because the was it Steve Kloves? I think it was his favorite character was Hermione, so he just made her
yes,
10 times better and shut
yes,
he shit all over Ron. But to answer
yeah,
Garrett Jack in the chat, the answer is pretty easy. It's they were in the room of requirement, and the room of requirement has different magic. So once that door closes, there's nothing else going to burn. That
yeah.
room just burns. And
Mhm.
honestly, from what you understand of it, if you think of something else, a different thing should appear, but because of the fire, it might have ruined the room.
True. Very true. As the films went along, a lot of the characters went a bit wibbly wobbly. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
they did.
Harry was a dickhead. He was
Yeah,
mean. He was
he really
horrible.
was. So there's a lot of differences, and, like, it's, I think, because a lot of people were just so excited to see Harry Potter on screen, but and they're just, because people are just like, oh, the Tolkien fandom is, it takes everything so seriously. Like, the Harry Potter fandom isn't mad because of X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, actually, they were. I don't know where you were, but it was definitely there. Um, But yeah, I was just curious if maybe you had a theory that you liked or a fan theory that you liked, but I
Uh,
was unaware that they had devolved into
yeah, no, I
that.
avoid. I don't know. There was one that I thought was cute, where it was just kind of like Tonks and Lupin, like kind of like flirting with each other before they ended up
Mhm.
getting married, obviously. And I thought that was cute, like the possibilities there, because he
Okay.
loved her, she loved him, but he didn't want to be with her. And I thought that was really sweet and all that. But
Yeah, because of the whole werewolf curse, but
yeah,
yeah. Okay, well, ladies, gents, and germs, feel what I did? See, I'm inclusive.
she got the
Um,
germs down.
right? Ladies and gents, thank you so much for stopping by. This was a lot of fun, Blabs. We've been talking
Yeah,
about doing this for a while. We didn't even get into like the games or the plays or the radio show
a cursed child
or
doesn't exist. It's an abomination.
very well. That's what actually happened after Voldemort Avada Kedavra. Like that
Yeah,
was the
they all went to Broadway and they all had, yeah, yeah. I don't want to talk about that. That hurts.
yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff out. Oh, sorry. This is a fan theory. The Dursleys weren't actually that mean. They were affected by Harry being a Horcrux. Horcruxes affected the emotions of everyone around them.
Okay, I think J.K. Rowling actually addressed that one. I
Yeah, I
think
was
she
gonna
scoffed
say.
it. It's not
Yeah,
real. It's just that they were pretty horrible people. Like Vernon Dursley was a piece of shit, and then
yeah,
Petunia was so jealous that she wasn't a witch that she basically stuffed at anything, and she wanted to be completely normal. And
yep,
then Dudley had no choice. Growing up, he was surrounded by two miserable parents. But in the end, he actually, shook hands with Harry, and he's like, "I don't think you're a waste of
yeah.
space." Like he actually, was like, he made something of himself really towards the end of it. So
Mm-hmm.
debunked.
Abs- abs- de- Blabs has debunked. I'll have to find. I want to make sure. Yeah, I'll have to go find that and see if J.K. like what her exact words were because it's the same thing where like someone tried to say that Snape is so complex and he's not really a bad guy, and J.K. Rowling is like, no, he is actually one of the worst characters in the book, like in the story. And then the
Yeah, he
person,
does a lot of good things,
the
but he does some
for
shitty ass
selfish
stuff.
reasons, yeah.
Yeah.
The only good things he does is for selfish reasons,
Mm-hmm.
and he did a lot of bad things that led to a lot of death. And on top, like but Jake, like someone said, because J.K. Rowling was like, no, Snape is evil, and then the person commented below it, like, how would you know? And the person below, she literally wrote the books.
I know,
Like,
right? Like,
she
hello.
literally wrote the books. So yeah, Blabs, go ahead. Do you have anything you want to plug? Anything you want to?
Yeah. Hi guys. Thanks for hanging out with us and letting us rant about Harry Potter. And now, honestly, those plot holes really hurt me right now, and I'm like, there must be an answer. There really has to be an answer. No. Anyway, you can find me on Twitch and Kick, Blabbering Collector. I made a YouTube. I posted a short today. I don't expect anything out of it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my YouTube because I don't really have the time for it. But I'm just kind of like throwing my shorts up there for my Instagram. If you want to see all my Harry Potter collection, check out my Instagram. That's where all the magic is, literally speaking. Otherwise, you can find me on Side Scrollers Monday to Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern, and then Full Aussie, which we're trying to get to 1K.
Okay.
We're about over halfway there, so that'd be really cool if we can get there eventually. But yeah, that's it.
Very cool.
At Blabbering C on Twitter. The end.
Yeah, if you guys check, I've got your links in the description below. So if you guys want, I've got your YouTube, your Twitter, and your Insta. So if there's anything else, yeah, just DM it to me, and I will. I'll put it in. I'll put it in after the fact. So so that it's there, so people who want to find you can find you. You should all want to find Blabs because she is amazing. She's incredible. She's wonderful, and she's super knowledgeable. And this is, I don't know about like. I had a lot of fun. I hope you had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like doing these things. Although I really don't like that plot hole. I'm just like, what? Like, it's like everything just kind of came crashing down on me. I was like, what have I signed up for? No, I can't. No, there needs to be an answer.
Well, I'm sure there is.
100% putting my foot down against Unbreakable Vow. No, 100%. However, I still am like, there needs to be more about the love. But I've always been saying that since I was a kid. And like, Lily's not the only mom. Not the only parent, so there's gotta be an answer out there. I bet you it's like something really stupid and we should have, it's like right in front of us and we just can't see it. I don't know. I'm hurting.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to hurt you. I was actually hoping you had the answer because I don't
Oh, I
know
feel like
the
a
answer.
failure now. I'm like, shit.
No, I was like, if anybody knows this, it's gonna be Blabs. So I didn't mean to bring you into distress. I thought you were gonna. I thought you were gonna be like, I got this. So I'm
No,
sorry.
I
I
don't.
didn't mean
I mean, I
to.
got the unbreakable vow. That's like, no. But the rest of it, I'm like, shit. Why?
But
Why?
I
Even
mean,
the bit was serious. You're like, yeah, no, you're right. Like, I always wonder that too. I'm like, Dumbledore really didn't, freaking check that out. No, I'm not gonna. Okay, cool.
but
I
I
mean,
mean,
I guess it makes sense. Whatever, like the money coming out of Gringotts, goblins don't give a shit. That's probably like the best theory. But still,
probably, yeah, most likely. And like I said, I would like if here's the thing, because they said that it got broken into it. Like I would really love to. I'd love if it was even if, like I said, even if it was just a novella, and they did it in like the if it was like an Auror, because that's how I've always said it. If there was an Auror who, you know, pulled like maybe this is how he made his name or whatever. He figured out how Sirius got in and out of Gringotts and got the money. You know what I mean? Like if they did it almost like a Sherlock Holmes style kind of thing, I'd be freaking down for
detective,
that.
that'd be cool, man.
I'd be all for that. But I don't know, I don't know if J.K. Rowling wants to keep writing or not, because she's been getting a lot of hate. But I won't keep
she
you.
does write. She writes those fake name with
Yeah.
Cormoran Strike, and they're actually pretty decent. The only book I didn't finish was the very last one that came out, just because like the mystery itself didn't really intrigue me. But they're well written.
Yeah.
They're very adult-like compared to Harry Potter. Like, oh
compared
damn.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and that's the thing too. Harry Potter is one of those things that I think you can enjoy regardless of age for the most part, but there is some stuff, like I think if you're a 45-year-old single woman and you're talking about like seeing Draco Malfoy or Cedric Diggory or Harry Potter's bare chest,
Oh, that's fucked, dude.
we've got some issues. We've got some issues.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So but yeah, but thank you for joining me and talking about this. I love talking about stuff like this, and I learned a lot, so I thank you for that, because
Oh yeah.
there was definitely a lot of stuff I didn't know. So I really I'm glad that we got to do this. Like, I don't know, like I'm humbled that you agreed to come on, because you're kind of a
This
big
is
deal.
fun. I love talking about Harry Potter. I'll go with anyone.
Yeah. Oh, careful. Somebody clip that.
Oh dear.
Yes. Blabs has a Harry Potter PhD. I've maybe got my master's, but you've definitely got the PhD. So, but chat, thank you so much. You guys were incredible throughout the night. Thank you for your theories, your votes, your input. It meant a lot. I love that you guys are here. I genuinely appreciate each and every one of you. Blabs, you are beautiful. You are gracious. I'm super humbled that you came on. Thank you so much. This was a blasty blast. We have to do it again. Maybe on your channel. Maybe on your channel.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do have a YouTube. I can do
yeah.
that. I don't have to use my YouTube though.
But yeah, guys, I'll try and get more stuff in the description below, but her YouTube, her Twitter, and her Insta are all in the description below. Make sure you like and you sub to, all these everybody else in the chat, and make sure you sub to Blabs, and I hope you all have a great morning, noon, or night, depending on where you're at in the world. And much love, and God bless and Godspeed, everyone.